Hello everyone and welcome to Learn Twin Flame Tarot. So today we're talking about the Eight of Swords. We're going to connect with this card and then come back and talk about it for Twin Flames. The Eight of Swords. So you can see straight away that she seems scared. She seems trapped. She looks in fear. She's bound there. She's got her face covered, her eyes covered. She's wearing some form of bandage over her eyes. So that can also symbolize with it being a bandage, and that's what they're showing it me as, even though that could be a face covering. They're showing it me as pain in the head, pain in the third eye, pain because she feels in pain. She feels pain in her head because she feels trapped, and she's bound by those chains, even though that seems to be some form of binding around her. It could be a rope, it could be a cloth, it could be string, or you know what that looks like to you, an item of clothing, a garment, but they're showing it me as chains. She feels in chains. So even though it would be very easy for her to kind of wriggle out of those binds that she's in, to her it feels like chains. It feels like she's trapped in chains and she needs to find a way out. She needs to break through something. And when we are in these types of situations, they're usually of our own making. Trapped in fear, trapped in struggle, trapped in chaos, trapped in restrictions and limits, and feeling like there's no way out, or we have no control, or there's nothing that we can do. We struggle. And really, it's about closing your eyes and connecting with the true self. So when we go through these outer battles that create internal battles, that create struggles within us, the best thing to do is close your eyes, shut off your phone, disconnect from social media and society and anything out there or anyone out there, and go within. And that's how we find our connection with Source. That's how we connect with our gut instinct and our intuition and our guides and angels to find a way out, to find the solution, to work out what to do, to find the answers, to gain clarity. So this person has the power at any time to break free. Those are very loose binds that she's in. She could just wriggle out of those binds. She could just remove the blindfold and see things very clear again. And the swords around her, they're facing down. So they're no harm to her. They're not facing towards her. They're just surrounding her. And it reminds me a lot of, there's a film, a very old film called Supergirl. And she like one of the witches, one of the bad guys, and that throws all these swords and kind of puts them all around Supergirl. And Supergirl uses her power to bend the sword so she can just walk through. So you're being reminded that you have the power through your intuition, through your telepathic connection with Source, through who you are as a divine feminine and a being of light, to bend swords, move swords, because the swords are just in the mind. The swords aren't real. It's illusion, like fear is illusion. So the swords can't harm her without her permission. If she decides to send those swords outwards, they'll move away. And the water is also about emotion. You can see there she's stepping on the ground. She seems to be around water. So water could also be the tears that have been shed. The tears that have been shed through this situation that this person is trapped in. So if we connect this with the divine masculine may be trapped in a marriage or trapped in a relationship, and he's cried tears over the divine feminine. He may not show that on the outside, but he's feeling all of this struggle in the inside. So the water is about the emotion, the pain, the struggle, the turmoil, the battle we go through, but also about doing something differently. We test the water, we can make changes, we can try. So this is also a card that says try. Try to make changes, try to manifest your dreams, try to change your life. And you can see the castle behind, just kind of poking out of that little kind of, dark energy here. Behind the rocks, there's this turret. So there's hope there. There's hope. Hope is not behind you. Hope is in front of you. You just have to open your eyes to see. And the number 8 is about manifestation and feeling rich in all things and creating wealth and abundance. So magic here. So this is a card that says it's time to change your life. It's time to take control. If you've made that situation, you can unmake that situation. You have the power to create. You have the power to change. If you created the situation, you have the power to change it. With God, all things are possible. Believe. And if the card comes in a reverse position, you may have already broken free. You may have already found your breakthrough or your solution or your answer and be feeling very clear. If it's a reverse, you've already unbound yourself, you've already removed the blindfold, and you know what to do. So this card is showing you here all the fear, all the pain, all the trapped energy. That prison is in the mind, and the way out is in the mind too, because we can close our eyes, gain clarity, and find our way out. Powerful card, the Eight of Swords. So you can see how it's all in the mind. It's all how we perceive what we're going through in our situation. It's about learning to see things from a higher perspective and take back our power. That we can move forward any time in our lives. That we already have the key inside of us to make the changes we're being guided to make. So it's a sign that big changes are coming in and we can heal ourselves. So moving away from anything that's holding us back, anything that feels trapped. So again, this could be a situation we are in. It could be struggles holding us back in our head, or something that's out of our control. You know, trapped energy is a prison that we create in our mind, and the mind can be a prison because the mind creates fear and struggle. And as I'm connecting with it, they're giving me fear. You know, burpee energy, restrictions. So if this card comes up and there's a lockdown, for example, it could be a sign about, you know, the restriction holding things back. If this person may be in a facility like a prison or an institute, and that could be holding things back. It could be a karmic situation like a marriage or a job or, you know, a place that they feel stuck or trapped in that's holding things back. But really, it's only in the mind, because when we take our power back and we make a decision to change our life and we set that into the universe, nothing can stop us. Nothing. There is no limits in this limitless universe. So the trapped situation, which is always of our own making, is always created first in the mind and then it manifests in the physical world. But we have the power to change it by changing the way we see it. So this is really a card of power and taking control. So if you want one word for the Eight of Swords, it would be trapped. So you may feel trapped. The person in the reading may feel trapped, or they may be dealing with some trapped energy. So first of all, trap could be in the twin flame journey, that the masculine needs to walk away from a karmic situation. He's married, he's living with someone, he's in a relationship, and he feels trapped there. He feels stuck there. So what is trapped? It's feeling stuck. It's feeling like you can't move. It's, you know, feeling like something is holding you back. And that could be because he has children or financial obligations, or he may be in fear of what people would think. And he needs to come out into the open. You know, trapped energy is about the way we see things. So we could be trapped by our own fears. Fears of coming out and admitting who we are. So, you know, the masculine could be in a straight connection. He knows he's in love with the same-sex twin, and he needs to come out into the open and step out of that closet and be authentic and genuine in who he truly is. So there's many, many ways that this card is perceived in the twin flame journey. But ultimately the message is we're only trapped by our own mind. And as a feminine, we can get trapped too in fear and struggle, thinking it's never going to happen, it's never going to move forward, by the fears of our own making, the fears of our mind. And fear is a false experience appearing real, created from the ego that edges all the goodness out, and it lives in two places. It lives in the future. What if things don't change? What if he never leaves? What if I'm never happy? What if? And it creates fears that never come to pass. When we're in the now, we feel safe, we feel protected, we know that all is well, and we don't feel as trapped. Or it goes into the past, things we could change. If only I could change that, if only I'd have done this differently, if only I'd have said that or acted like that or done that, we might be together now. And that's illusion, because everything happened exactly as it needed to be for learning and growth. So the past can only hold power over us if we live in it. If we give more attention to it than need be. The past can't be changed, it can only be accepted. Come back into the now. So the struggle, this trapped energy, lives in the mind. And when we take back our power and we breathe and find peace and feel clear about things, then that trapped energy starts to be released. So we're given the key on this journey. The Eight of Swords gives us the key. The mind can be a prison. You hold the key to your own freedom. So we're reminded that we already hold the key. The key is the tools inside of ourselves, the power, the strength, the integrity, the fruit of the Spirit. The angels help us. We are never alone. We are not alone. So we have the power in any given moment to turn that key, to walk away, to feel free. It reminds me of a caged bird, and you open the cage and the bird is able to fly. It may not move out of that cage straight away because it's afraid, but it will when it feels ready. So it's another message about when it's ready in divine timing, things will move ahead, especially if this is connected with, a masculine being, incarcerated if he is in prison or anything else going on here, because it can symbolize those things too. But usually a prison of our mind, of our own creating, that we are releasing. And that's why the masculine is saying, I'm trapped in a situation of my own making and I'm trying to find a way out. So he's caged himself. He may have, got married. So he put that ring on that person's finger. It was a situation of his own making. He got involved in that job that he's working his fingers to the bone at. He's in that situation now that he needs to release, and he's saying, I'm trying to find a way out. So this is also a message that give him time and space to process what's going on, to find a solution, to receive action steps, to listen to his guides. And for the feminine, we've got, I am breaking free of limitations. I am the master of my mind. So the feminine realizes that the fear isn't real, it's illusion. And it's only created in the mind. So you're becoming the master of your mind, the magician. So if this card comes up with the magician, the Eight of Wands, anything powerful, hope for the future, the star, it's showing you things moving forward. You're becoming the master of your mind and breaking free of limitations. And you could see things that symbolize breakthroughs at this time, breaking through walls. Penguins are about breakthroughs, things changing. Breakthroughs, breaking the sun, breaking through the trees, big, powerful energy. So breakthroughs. I am breaking free of limitations and I am the master of my own mind. So you also realize when this card comes up, if your masculine is trapped in a situation, you can offer them the key, but they have to be the one to turn the door. So time, working on self at this time. If he needs to release himself from a situation that he's created, give him the time to do that. Maybe you want to give him the solution or help him out. But until he's ready to accept it, you might as well just bang your head on a wall because he won't take it, you see. It's like the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. He has to do it himself. So when that happens, work on you. Work through mastering your own mind and breaking free of your own limitations and trusting your journey and yourself. So a message with this card about knowing that something needs to change, understanding that you're trapped somewhere of your own making or of the mind that needs to be released. So again, there's this burden energy around this card, especially if you get it with the 10 of Wands, which is about burden. So there could be some physical dis-ease happening at this time too, some struggle, the need to breathe, the need to feel at peace, to feel free, to gain clarity. So great time to go in nature and, be free. Maybe you feel trapped because you're stuck indoors. Again, the pandemic brought a lot of this energy in where we couldn't go out. We were locked down. We were stuck at home. Things had to change. And that's why that came in. So we would all reevaluate our lives and look at our lives and review everything to renew our lives. So it is a renewal energy when this card comes in. Remember, it's not a bad card. It's how you see it that makes it that way. I see this as a card where there's a breakthrough ahead. The door is about to open and the person is about to change their life for the better and take control. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.